right now is obviously the playoff draw, and what every team is going to have to try to run through to eventually collide with Dom1 Gaming at the very end. Less so on the bottom, as we take a look at the solo kill rankings.
Yeah, Marin, of course, still out in front with 31 solo kills, but Canna just behind him, only 3 behind him. When we actually saw these stats sort of throughout, I think it was about the middle towards halfway through the second round, look to see them actually be able to eventually finish out the game, even if it is not necessarily very fast. As we are going to have a look at some of the predictions, I think if it was anything other than a T1 win, then you'd be absolutely insane at this point in time. The reason that Clozer is actually starting. He might need to change his name soon to Starter instead of Clozer because he's been starting a lot more.
Opener.
Yeah, maybe he can be Opener.
Well,
with Galio ADC.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so Lucian will be locked in here.
Yeah, and I think we were all expecting that, right? I don't think anyone's surprised by the Lucian being picked. This is dangerous.
Yeah, it's extremely dangerous. Afrika, with that Akali R5 lock-in, there is 0 insurance policy on this team. And then on top of that, to make matters worse, their lanes are all losing in terms of control. And so Olaf, gonna be pretty enabled. And I don't know what Dread is realistically supposed to do. The one upside, though, is that with Twisted Fate being there, with Akali not really being on-hit-centric, etc.
Opposing Rift Scuttlers, as Keen is very, very close to dying. And he's not going to take that backflip. That is not one that you want. As this is absolutely what we expected, right? Dread's going to come in now, see whether he can actually affect something, as he will get tagged by the red buff. Minion wave comes in, but a little bit too late here, as Canna's going to have to play around it. Does so quite nicely. Piercing Light comes in, and now Dread's finding... Yeah, they're shoving, and they just saw the Graves, and instead Cuz is like, nah, I need a Cloud Drake. As you can see, the gold completely even at this stage. As Canna, the all-in comes through from Keen. He will pick up a turret shot, but Canna can't enter the lane again. As now the Destiny comes forward. Dread's here as well. They're waiting for the minion wave as Clozer teleports in. They're going to trade an ultimate for a teleport, so already it's a win for Afrika.
Yeah, I mean, right now, at this point in time, Afrika is... Well...
Fly?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. What is
the gold
going on
card?
here?
As there's the culling. Flash has to come out.
Red Smite picked up.
Absolutely confused about what was going on here as Dread down very, very low. First Blood will come through for the Olaf now as Keen getting chased down. Fly will eventually come back, but Keen gets into the Shroud and will be able to flash himself out. But that was a brain fade from Afrika, if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, Afrika seemed really lost on what they wanted to do right there, and
is Keen up here trying to deny this last plate, or at least this second plate, as the culling is going to tag him. Keen will survive for the minute. Yeah, I think if he had to just plop down Shelly, it could have been fine just to add a bit of extra pressure as Destiny comes in. They're going to try it again. This Fly's going to turn up behind the turret. They have the minion wave this time as they're looking for the stun onto Canna. He's got no mana, and I have a feeling he's just dead. Fly's going to grab that kill, and if at first you don't succeed, try again. More than anything else here this game, Graves doesn't have very much longer on this Rift Herald, as I believe Afrika will give this one up. And Dread needs to put this Herald down. Oh, it's just so surprising that he didn't chuck it top lane. Now he's going to hop in. He needs to use this Rift Herald.
I have absolutely no idea what it is that Dread, he should probably try to recall. Watch the axe accidentally just... No, okay, it's not even...
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right.
Hops on over. There's the Rift Herald. So finally, he's at least utilized that one. He was about to run out. So we did see one expire just the other day, so I was a little bit worried. Let's see whether Shelly can actually get some damage here, as she's already had her eye poked out. They don't get a charge. This is an absolute disaster. Backflip comes through. And Shelly is going to charge on down. Give a couple of plates over.
Honestly, this early mid-transition.
Have a listen.
조이 멀다.
허공이야 너고? 왜 앞으로 간다 얘?
야 라인 지운다 이거. 그냥 줄 생각하는 거예요. 나이스.
이거 미드 피 좀 까야겠다.
탑에 전령 깔래 이거.
Alright. Carly liked. But is just so important for her to get. As Shirley pops down in the mid lane. This time in favor of T1 as Dread going to get chunked. Mystic going to tank up the ace in the hole. That is a decent amount of damage now on a couple of the squishy members of Afrika. Now Ben, he's going to go to sleep as he engages. Depth charge comes in, but he does have a stopwatch. Fly in to try and help them out, but you can see that Cuz is taking a lot of damage. Fly now going to get turned on as Clozer goes back to his portal. And now Fly's going to have to go back. Dread doesn't have ultimate. Keen doesn't have teleport, and this should be a dragon going over to T1, and that's Soul Point as well.
That is going to bring this to Soul Point. I think there's no way Afrika's gonna, there's no hope to steal this. Fly is not going to teleport behind them. That would be a nightmare situation for
I think
Afrika.
the one difference is the Misfortune most likely getting towards an Infinity Edge by that time, so Mystic's going to do a lot more damage, as this was actually a decent attempt by Ben. I thought that was all over after that bubble landed and he decided to dredge line in. But he tried to help that one out, but then standing on the trap by Fly was a disaster. And that was what led to T1 being able to control everything. Quite nicely, Jonah Strong is somewhere, smiling to himself as another ace in the hole comes in. Good sidestep there from Mystic as Ben finds a dredge line onto the Olaf, but Canna's going to jump in, and that is a very dead Nautilus. Fly jumps down, but Ragnarok's going to die. Everything is Teddy. That was a very weird move, flashing on forward. Trying to get the extra headshot, but isn't actually able to complete the kill onto Mystic. He's out of the fight, however, as there's collateral damage, not enough to get rid of Effort, I believe just out of range. As I believe that was the play that Deft was going for in the 1v1 that we saw him in a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago. Really sad for Afrika, who have managed to at least get into position for this streak. This Fly comes over. Ragnarok available again on the Olaf. They don't really want to focus him as he's very tanky. But does pop the Ragnarok there. And Ben's just going to tank up an ace in the hole that he really didn't want to. Especially without the Aftershock as Bubble comes down. Keen in flank position now. As Afrika, they are going to start this one up, and let's see whether they can actually take it down before T1 gets in here. Shuriken backflip, not going to allow Keen in as the Bubble is going to miss. And it is going to be the Drake, secured by Afrika. T1 just a little bit slow, weren't able to stop that one from happening. But I don't think they're in too much of a rush as the Bubble connects onto Mystic, but unable to actually get any paddle stars there. As Keen wants to actually find Canna here, but just going to take a lot of poke damage. Oh no, Fly. A little bit of sloppy footwork there as, Keen into his shroud, into the brush. Dread able to get away from Clozer. And now T1 are trying to jump in. Flash comes out. Fly steps back forward, now has to flash out. Zenith Blade going to connect. There's the ultimate out of Keen. He wants to try and get Clozer. They do manage to find him as Bullet Time gets so much value. And now Fly's going to jump on forward. Wild Cards doing a lot of work here as well. Dread is going to get a double kill before he falls down. But now Cuz is the last man standing. I don't know how they did it, but Afrika have destroyed T1 in this team fight. And now Keen's hopping mad and will be able to help complete the ace.
And Keen, he's going to end up recalling right now, probably teleport back in to get the Baron away from T1. Let's take a look at how it all transpired. Taking a look at a replay from a little while ago.
Yeah, we went back in time a little bit there.
And you can see Teddy trying to get the animation cancels off onto Mystic to get that damage down. But even if he ends up killing Mystic there, it doesn't change that Mystic would be there for the Dragon fight. We take a look at how this transpires. Teddy eventually gets into range, he gets the slow off onto the Twisted Fate. Keen flashes out of the ultimate. Kana was being very reserved with the culling. Bubble lands onto Nautilus, but he got away. Keen gets in there, does so much damage with his ultimate, Fly's able to reposition with Destiny Gate, throws the gold card and the wild cards, tags Teddy, graves the ricochet off the wall. And Afrika end up managing to outdance T1 here. And now with the Baron, things get
damage there as there's the ace in the hole. Teleport to come forward from Canna. All 5 members grouped.
This is the really tragic thing here, though.
Right, man. Dredge line. Ben's going to disengage. Oh my god. Okay, we're going for the full Messiah play effort. Does go into his Gargoyle Stoneplate. Mystic going to cancel the bullet time just a little bit early. Ben going to survive for the moment as now Keen inside the Shroud. Gets the ulti, gets the double right into the backline as now Canna has been singled out. And Afrika have been so good at this so far this game. They make these fights so chaotic and they come out ahead. Another max range Dreadline as Ben is on form today. My god, starting off these fights, making everything work. It looked crazy at the beginning. But look, you can't fault him if it works.
And I think T1, I think they just lose the game here. Effort's up in 10 seconds, but I don't think Teddy is going to be able to hang on. Cuz is up in 10 as well. We'll see what Teddy can do. He doesn't have the wave clear. Lichbane on Twisted Fate. I just think that Freaka just took game 1.
Yeah, I think this is over. They've got enough damage to take down this Nexus easily as Ben finds another dredge line. Teddy goes down just before the end, and Afrika steal away game 1.
I do not know what just happened, Atlas. That was... There's a lot I want to say about it, but it's more so saved for like a VOD review or something. The laning phases for T1 weren't stellar, but they still got 2-3 Drakes. They had what should have been a pretty free soul capture if they just were in position in time. And then they chased a little bit too far. They were way too reserved at that fight. Came back to bite them. Opponents got Baron, and snap of fingers, everything just went up in flames for T1. And remember, this is a best of 3. So T1 might just get knocked out right now.
As we've got Keen dancing around this fight. Let's see how he manages to get these 2 executes.
나 괜찮아 이거.
So
우리
it's okay,
걔네
it's okay,
갖고
this is
있어,
okay.
내가 갈렸어.
루시안
연막 깔아줄게, 연막.
루시안 노플.
Pushing
야
the
조심해라.
flash.
야, 이거 켜. 나이스. 야, 조이 봐봐. 못 봐줘, 나 못 봐줘.
야 조냐다.
필.
용 갈래? 용 갈래 얘들아?
잡았어.
케이틀이 있을 거야 케이틀.
밀자, 미드 밀자.
케이틀 여기 있어.
노플, 내가 플래시 큐거든. 노플이거든, 노플.
Playing the flash, just push. Let's just push mid.
야 해볼래? 해볼만한데? 해볼만해.
Let's try it, let's try it, let's try it.
해볼만해 얘들아.
끝난 거 같아.
Let's try this, guys.
다음부터 위에서
Let's do it.
캐틀 노스페, 캐틀
Caitlyn no flash, Caitlyn no flash.
타워.
야, 끌어줄게. 나이스. 맞다. 와. 좋았다. 아, 김기.
Wow.
Well, the upsets have started already